Well, good evening, Ranger sports fans. We are here live from Roseville High School, sharing the booth at the home team. So if we are a little bit low on the energy today, we're just trying not to interrupt their broadcast. They're being very gracious to give us their feed for this game.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Roseville Local Access letting us use their feed. We had a big rainstorm early. We're about 40 degrees and it was raining about 20 minutes ago, so the field is going to be a bit wet. We're about to kick it off here with the introductions, and I'm Joel Geist. This is Noah Casa.
Noah Casa.
My cohort.
Here to go. So, Forest Lake coming off of a loss with Stillwater.
Yeah, it was a tough game, but they hung in there. I think the biggest thing was they saw a loss in intensity after the first drive, and you can't do that against a team like Stillwater. They're going to really take advantage of you if you let up and keep your foot off the gas. You hit the brakes a little bit and they're going to blow right by you, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. Here we see the rankings coming up on our screen here. Forest Lake still in the top 10, so obviously we're not going to panic at all. And this is, who's to panic on a season like this?
No,
4-1. I mean, or 5-1.
I mean, this is looking like, a program start. Mm-hmm. Like you go in the last couple of seasons, and there was just not really there was incremental gains.
Yeah.
But then you get into a season like this where we get out of the gates and we're 5-0, and every game, maybe not every game was a cakewalk, definitely not. And there were some teams that we probably should have beat by a couple of touchdowns, and we let them hang around in the game. Also, we were behind, but that just shows the character of the team and the coaching staff to keep the kids in it, and make it so it's fun and they never feel like they're out of the game.
Yeah. So here we can see the standings for our conference. Sadly, we fall behind Stillwater with a 6-0, but hey, who's to say Stillwater doesn't lose one of these last two games, and we're tied right back up with them. Not to mention with the record we got, we're going to get a great section seed.
Absolutely, and the one thing that is always there is Stillwater is a pretty one-dimensional passing team. And, you get into a case where there's weather involved, you get into a case where there's weather, you get into a case where, maybe there's, a little issue on the field, or heaven forbid there's an injury, but everybody's got a shot in the conference when, you get into teams that are more one-dimensional.
Yeah. So, great opportunity for the Rangers tonight to bounce back against Roseville. They haven't won a game so far this season. They're 0-6. So, this is where the Rangers got to come out and put the hammer down quick.
Right.
Jump out ahead and beat these Raiders down.
Yeah, well, the thing is Roseville seems like a very similar team to what the Forest Lake program was a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. Struggling for a win. You start to get a team together, and all of a sudden you pick up an injury in a spot where that really could have made a huge difference for you in a couple of those games. And it's something that Forest Lake fans should really empathize with what Roseville's going through right now.
Yeah.
It's something that they're the kids are out there, they're playing hard, and everybody wants a win, but we're Forest Lake fans, so unfortunately, we hope that doesn't come tonight. But we wish them luck next week.
Yeah, we wish them luck next week. Yeah, no, I think it'll be a good bounce back game. Hopefully, we can play some Hopkins type football tonight.
Yeah, get up early. Get up early, and you know what? With the field conditions being the way they are, I would not be afraid to, start letting underclassmen play.
Yeah,
If we get up by a few touchdowns, and let the underclassmen play, keep our main core healthy.
Yep.
Since field conditions might be a little rough tonight.
Roseville's their turf is a little old and definitely worn, seen its better days. So the field itself is not necessarily in the greatest of conditions. But on top of that, it poured and sleeted
right
an hour before the game. So the turf is very slick.
It is still turf, so you're not going to have those big holes. Hopefully, that you would have in a poor grass field. So we hope field conditions are okay, and knock on wood for no injuries on both teams. And let's we're gonna give it out to the color guard here, and have the national anthem.
We will be right back with you here shortly. All right, so some of the other things to hit on here before this game kicks off is the fact that Roseville has been very plagued with injury. That's one of the big things. And then on top of it, the size of roster. The Rangers are going to be able to cycle some guys in and out when they start to get a little bit tired and worn out.
Absolutely. And
looking at Roseville's roster, they do not have that luxury.
And this is the parallel to the Forest Lake squad that of 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Your team is struggling a little bit. It's harder to get kids out. Make them want to work, and come out and not get a win for a while. And that's kind of what happens. And you just need a character change. You need a little bit of a push from some underclassmen maybe that are coming up that are really into the game, and to get other kids that want to stay with the game and think that they got a shot.
Yeah, I feel it's funny taking away from game talk right now, just the booth talk up here, not trying to step on the other guys that are right next to us. I feel like we're almost doing like an ASMR broadcast or whatever. It feels very weird not having necessarily the same emotion we would normally have for the game. Some of you guys just saw on the shot. We're using Roseville's feed because they were gracious enough to let us use that, so we didn't have to set up all of our cameras and everything. So that's why you'll be seeing some different graphics here tonight. But they just did a quick cutaway to the booth, and you can see us clear as day in the background. This room is a good, 6 by 12? We're all shoulder to shoulder in here, so trying to be respectful of them giving us a spot at the stadium. but
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to do my best to suppress the emotion for tonight.
No, like when they said, don't be loud. Let's not step on their broadcast, and so we may not have as much pizzazz.
It's going to be a very relaxing broadcast for the listener.
As we normally have. So sit back, relax, enjoy a great football game.
Hopefully by a fire.
Get your Zen moments in.
Get the fireplace cooking right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Curl up on the couch with a hot cocoa, apple cider.
Maybe some apple cider with cinnamon in it.
Bowl of chili for the football game.
Ooh, yeah, chili.
That's the stuff right there.
Absolutely.
Here we go. So nothing has changed. Special teams going into this week. Weston Hoyt still deep to receive for your Rangers. Raiders are currently getting it all teed up. I will say, it always confuses me when we play Roseville because they're the Raiders, but their mascot is a husky.
That is.
I don't see.
That is a little perplexing.
We will see if they will kick it deep to Hoyt on this one. They're going to pooch kick it up, and it'll be recovered by the Rangers. They'll start with great field position here, as we'll get to see the Rangers offense come out, and we'll see how long it takes them to score here on this depleted Roseville defense.
That looked like Jackson Hunter, or maybe Wyatt Saltness. Wyatt Saltness on the.
I will also quickly apologize for the tickle in the back of my throat that I may hear a cough or two coming throughout the broadcast.
Little fall bug coming through.
Little fall bug. Here we go. Zeidler works out of the pistol here. 1st and 10 for the Rangers, and we'll see what they got going on. Zeidler sends Johnson in motion. Zeidler will keep across the 50. Lowers the shoulder at the 45, and it'll be taken down at the 42. First down, Rangers.
Showing great power there, just putting the shoulder down, and rather than going out of bounds.
We do got a flag on the field. I believe it's going to be a holding. Yep. Holding on Forslake, so not a way we wanted to necessarily start the drive off, but I mean, that play was a great way to start the drive off.
And look at this. It's holding from the spot of the foul. They got it all squared away.
All right, so we'll basically get it back at the original line of scrimmage. Zeidler will pick up 1 yard on the play.
It's going to be a 1st and 9, maybe 8, 9.5.
There we go. Zeidler out of the pistol. They'll send Hoyt in motion. It's going to be Zeidler again on a keep. Gain of 3 to 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Yep. They're using that mesh option, read option there.
We got replays tonight in the away game. Nice.
And the great thing about this is on the away games, I can talk more about the game and what's happening on the offensive and defensive line.
You can see what's going on. Johnson in motion for the Rangers. Zeidler drops to pass, throws across the middle a little too far. He had Hoyt open downfield. Hoyt couldn't get his mitts on it, and it'll go incomplete.
I think it's going to be kind of an adjustment today on the quarterback because colder games, everybody seems just a step slower. Also, the wet field. You might see a few more passes that are a bit in front of guys just because it's normal for them to be running a bit faster and having a bit more grip to get some speed.
Here we go. Forslake going for it on the opening drive. Hoyt goes in motion. Zeidler will roll the pass. Got a receiver. That's Johnson. Takes it in at about the 40, and he'll be brought down at about the 37-yard line. You want to say it?
That'll move the chains.
There we go. First one of the night for the Rangers.
All right, and
that throw was a dot.
right on target. Just a shout out to the Roseville crew in their cancer awareness night in the pink and black. That looks pretty solid.
Zeidler will give to Hoyt around the outside. He gains the 30 down to the 20, and that's where he'll step out of bounds. Good call there by Weston rather than lowering the shoulder to try and fight for extra yardage.
That was a great seal block by Mason Stapleton. He caught the edge and caught that defensive end just enough so Hoyt could get the edge. That was a great block there.
Here we go. 1st and 10. And ball on the 22.
Is that Howie Johnson at tight end? No.
Be a keep for Zeidler up the middle. Holding penalty is probably going to be bringing that back as the flag goes into the air.
82, Austin Sell, not Howie Johnson.
All right. Well, that's
He's a tall guy, number 2.
if there's one. Sorry.
Had a bit of a problem with the reflection on the glass.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. No, I was gonna say if there's one thing that I haven't been extremely happy about this season with our Rangers, it's the penalties.
Well, the first couple of games we played really clean. The last few games we've had a bit more penalties, mainly holding penalties, and it's one of those things where it's easier to do it on those seal blocks where they're coming in to trap, where the offensive line are coming in to trap, or the tight ends have to go in motion, come around the side, and to keep your arms in is really, really tough in those situations.
All right, so first down. They'll redo first down. Ball on the 32 now. This will be a handoff to Johnson going right, and he had 1 minute to beat, and he was gone. That'll be a gain of 10 back to about the original line of scrimmage.
It was great vision by Johnson there, though.
Yes.
On this field, it's really not going to be something that you're going to make huge cuts on tonight. So
short, choppy steps.
You're going to see a lot of those where it looks like he might have been able to get away, but it just might not be available tonight.
Slow playing surface. 2nd down and 9. Zeidler works out of the pistol, goes option left, out to Patzer. Patzer down to the 15, just short. Nice blocking there by Johnson downfield, I believe it is.
Looks like it's going to be about third and
no,
4.
Reed Olson.
3rd and 4, maybe?
Reed Olson laying a beautiful block.
Downfield,
20 yards downfield. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 4, I believe. 3rd and 4, ball on 16. Zeidler working out of the pistol again. Deeb and Johnson check in at receiver. Zeidler sends Johnson across. Handoff, Patzer. That's going to be a first down.
Man, those offensive linemen are just getting to the second level in a hurry.
When you're ripping off this much yardage on the ground, why not just keep running it?
You got 73 there, Wes Morris, just getting up into those linebackers right away. That first down was all him. He just road graded a lane he could have drove a bus through for about 4 yards.
Zeidler hands to Patzer again, going right, stood up, staying on his feet, down to the 3, staying on his fate. That's not the right words.
Well, you're trying to keep your energy level down. A lot of things don't come as natural.
It's slowly building.
You're a little bit more of a fast up talker.
I'm going to have to whisper yell touchdown Rangers here in a second.
You don't do the ASMR range very well.
Yeah, no. I was never a good whisperer. Zeidler out of the pistol. 2nd down and goal from the 2. Takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. Rangers first touchdown of the night. It was an inside handoff to what looked to be our slot back. Yeah, that's Emmett Cower.
Yeah, Emmett Cower coming in big again. He's had a couple of great games.
The Hopkins game was great.
Yeah, Hopkins game. And the game before that, he had a couple of great plays too. Against Osseo.
Emmett Cower, a senior this year, so good to see he's getting involved here these last couple of weeks and playing a big part in the offense.
Valentini back on for the kick. Up and good.
automatic Valentini puts it through again. Score 7-0 here.
You know what also would be great on a night like tonight?
Hand warmers.
Yeah, but maybe a little spaghetti with some Mama Valentini special spaghetti sauce on there. So we've heard she makes a great sauce. Apparently, it's all the rage.
That would be. Does sound pretty good. Go for some Italian food right now. Something heavy. That's what you want on a night like tonight. Something that's gonna sit in my stomach like a rock for a little bit and fill me up. All right. Here we go.
All right.
It's going to be Ernest Goodwin kicking off for the Rangers again this week.
See if they kick it deep. I would imagine they're going to try and boot this out of the end.
Goodwin with his hand in the air, awaiting the referees. Boom. Copyright Paul Allen. That one goes over the head of the Raiders into the end zone. That'll be a touchdown. Touchback. Good Lord.
And
this whole energy thing is really throwing me off my game. I feel like I gotta maybe just push it a little bit more until we get told tone it back.
Just remember, our mics are up a little bit, so you're going to clip. You get a little
That's true. That's
too
true.
much.
We got the mics turned up. I'm turned up in the headphones almost all the way so that I can block out anything else right around me. Although I'm wearing a microphone that's picking everything else up, so I don't know how great that is. Here we go.
Ranger Wrecking Crew seeing what they can get going. Howie Johnson just gets a tackle for a loss. It looks like maybe he got one.
So the Raiders tonight, their senior quarterback is hurt. So in at quarterback with his first start is number 3, Isaac Ivey, I believe. Isaac Ivey, okay, so he is a senior, but I was told earlier that Isaac Ivey was actually a sophomore. So maybe they made a game time decision to not start their sophomore quarterback and to go with a senior. Ivey, handoff up the middle. Good run by Roseville. Taken down after a gain of 12.
Number 18,
Daniel
Cheetah. That's a big running back.
He's a big boy. 6'1", 225.
It's a big running back. Maybe they saw...
Okay, number 10, the backup you just saw there in that camera was Parker Gangle, and he is the sophomore quarterback that would be up next if Ivey were to go down. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Ivey out of the pistol, takes the snap, handoff outside to the right. Rangers in good pursuit. Nice tackle taken down around the 41.
By Reed Olson.
Javon Minor on the carry. Really didn't look like he was running with much purpose there. Need to get upfield on that.
He was waiting for his blockers, and he was smart because there was 3 Rangers right there ready to blow him up. But what he didn't see was Reed Olson was sneaking around the backside smartly to get around the blocks, because that's where you're going to go. Don't give him the sideline and push him up to it and make him cut back into the middle of the field where everybody else is.
Ivey takes a snap, keeps himself up the middle. Should have been a holding there. Getting out to the right side now is taken down by the Ranger Wrecking Crew. That'll bring up 3rd down and very short, depending on the spot.
Yeah, Mills got in there and just kind of...
Mills got held.
Yeah.
Mills got held. That was some crap. Some crapola.
Well, you know, stuff like that happens.
They're not gonna make every call. There's only 3 of them out there to watch for everything. 3rd and 1. Ranger Wrecking Crew ready to bear down, put the pressure on Ivey. He'll take the snap. Raiders very confused. Rangers get in there, and Sam
gets
Mills
in there.
wraps
Mills
him
and
up.
a host of Rangers gets back in there.
Huge loss on the play. That play was broken from the very beginning. It looked like Ivy may have turned the wrong way.
Yep.
Or
that was Eric Neese also in on the sack.
Cheetah, their running back, may have gone on the wrong side.
I
But
believe that's pronounced Chida.
buddy in school had the exact same last name as Cheetah.
Okay. Well, I also had somebody in school that pronounced it Chida.
Well, we can go both ways then.
All right.
Here we go. Raiders are going to punt now after the big loss.
So main goal here is just get it off. That was blocked a week ago again. Very good snap, no rush.
No rush by the Rangers. Fair
Short
catch
punt.
called.
Oh.
That goes off of a Ranger, I think.
Yeah, that is off of a Ranger. Oh, no, they're called.
Referees are...
You cannot advance that, I believe, in high school.
Yeah.
It does go off.
That is the call.
So it will be Roseville ball.
But who did that? What happened here? That
It looked like he got blocked into it.
But Johnson has got to get on that. You got to know that ball went off of either you or the dude in front of you.
Yeah.
If it hit one of the Raiders, okay. I don't think that touched the black jersey. Let's try. Maybe we try one more time. The officials are still talking. Let's try one more time here. Look closely at home.
Okay, so in a very strange turn of events, they're giving it to the Rangers.
Great job in the truck slowing this down. I don't think that touches him. Sorry. That's 6 points off the scoreboard.
I don't know. It's
It was a bang play.
it's a situation where I don't know if it touched him, but I do believe that in high school you cannot advance that. So either way, it would have been either just Roseville ball on the 40 or
Zeidler
there's Zeidler going.
breaking into the open across the 50, 40, and finally taken down at the 35. Big run for Zeidler.
Finishing that off with authority there. Just dragging guys.
Nice run there by Zeidler.
He runs through the leg tackle and then just puts a guy on his back and gets another 5 yards. Great job by Zeidler there.
Zeidler, our second leading rusher on the team right now with 367 rushing yards on the season, and that one there will add to it. 1st and 10. Hand off to Johnson around the outside. Deep, good block, but they're going to call a hold.
Well, one thing I can say is
I want to see this block.
if they
Hands are inside. He rolled over. Again, that's the best blocking you can do as a receiver.
but the worst thing that you can do
Just throw your hands
throw
up.
your hands up like you didn't do anything. Like if you're gonna if you think you're there, you might as well finish it because they may not see it.
The only
They may see it.
The only thing-
but they're definitely going to see you throwing your hands up.
The only time that works is on like a punt when you're running down and blocking somebody out that's already got their back to you.
Right.
That's one thing. When it's in a holding situation, yeah, the worst thing you can do is throw your hands up. As if you weren't doing anything. Zeidler now out of the pistol, 1st down, and it'll be about 13. Zeidler takes the snap, give to Patzer up the middle. He'll get hammered after a pickup of 4, be taken down. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 8, I'd say.
2nd down and about 8. But one thing we can say is the offensive line is doing a great job up the middle. They're ripping off 4 or 5 yards every time they run up the middle. And the outside runs are getting great seals on the outside too.
So Forest Lake with 2 running backs in the backfield, something we haven't seen a whole lot of so far this season. This handoff to Hoyt, nearly fumbled.
Hoyt will get the edge.
Step out right around the 1st down. We'll see if they give it to him or not. Again, it'll depend on the
Looks like
spot.
it's going to be about a yard short.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 1. Third and very manageable, we'll say.
Third and manageable. Well, I mean, I believe this is 4-down territory with a wet field, so I would imagine that they're going to run it.
Well, Forest Lake really hasn't been stopped on a single play tonight, so except by their own holding calls. Zeidler takes the snap, handoff. Patzer trying to bounce it out to the left side. He's going to get the first down, get to the 20, lower his shoulder.
Stepped out of bounds a little earlier than the shoulder lower. But
another solid run by Patzer, who he is our leading rusher. 793 yards on the season.
That was a great stiff arm there. Great stiff arm to get the edge.
I like the little shoulder throw at the end, too. It was nice contact. We're playing football, right?
He rarely runs out of bounds.
Yeah, he'll normally lower his shoulder. Zeidler will send Johnson in motion. Handoff Patzer up the middle again. That time he takes a little bit of a shot. It's one of those ugly plays when you're coming down and you get a shoulder to the helmet. Yeah, it was a bit more shoulder to shoulder.
Well, one thing that these Raiders are figuring out is you're gonna have to lower the boom on him. Yeah. Otherwise, he's gonna lower the boom on you. So
absolutely. Zeidler or Patzer, by the way, got his average back up, 7.8 yards a carry.
Okay.
He's working on it. Handoff to Emick again, out to the right side. Foot race, touchdown, Rangers.
Emick Hauer.
Emick Hauer. Two carries, two touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
That's how you do it. Well done, young man.
And once again, the offensive line sealed that right side just perfectly. We were talking about Ethan Lincoln being the star on this offensive line, but man, that right side tonight is looking pretty solid.
Well, the whole offensive line is looking very solid with the way that we're running on these guys.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if Valentini can go 2 for 2 tonight. I got a hot take that say he does. Oh, for sure.
Valentini, once again, we haven't talked about it for a bit, but special teams this year has been super solid.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, shout out to the Forest Lake soccer coach for allowing Valentini.
We got more than just one. I think we got 2 or 3 soccer players on the roster now kicking for us.
And one thing we were talking about earlier with the smaller rosters, Forest Lake's roster has grown.
Yeah.
Has grown over the season.
And we have more players that aren't even updated onto that this week.
So it's one thing that winning is contagious and people want to be a part of the team. Also, we're not going to get a huge feed, but when you get a wide shot, you can see
the difference in the sidelines.
The difference in the sidelines, as well as the difference in how Forest Lake travels this year compared to the previous years.
Yeah.
Our student section is full. We have 2 parent sections, and this is the coldest, rainiest night that we've had.
Yeah.
So great job by the Forest Lake faithful to come out and cheer on their Rangers.
Here we go. Goodwin puts this one up on the tee, and he's ready to go.
And
gives it the boot, and it's going to bounce just inside.
Touchback. That was right on
real
the line.
Lucky on that one.
I don't know. That one might have been.
I mean, that referee had the best view of it.
Yeah, he did.
Man, that one was close, but Goodwin just sneaks it right inside the pylon.
But man, he's putting the boom on that thing.
Yeah.
That first one was a line driver. If the returner gets under that's bouncing off of his shoulder pads.
Oh yeah.
I mean, those were line drive kicks to the 5. So that's a solid job by Goodwin there.
Here we go. Ivy takes a snap, ball on the ground, and the Rangers got it. So a snap was mishandled by Ivy, and then it looked like the running back that was coming in motion to pick it up knocked it out of his hands.
Not sure who recovered it.
A member of the Ranger Wrecking Crew.
A member of the Ranger Wrecking Crew. We'll just
chalk that one up to the whole defense.
Right.
So here we go, Zeidler in the offense. What do you think? Emick, 3 carries, 3 touchdowns?
Well, he's not on the field right now, so.
Well, we got to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, okay. Well, Patzer's got to get his. He's, we're on
Patzer
the 14.
gets him down to the
we're
1.
on the 14. He'll increase his average.
Yeah, there you go. Zeidler, handoff to
Oh,
Emick.
there is Emick. He is in there. Oh,
good run there.
2 for 3. 2 for 3.
That would have been nuts if he would have broke that one.
Hey, Harmon Killebrew didn't even bat 1,000.
That's true. That's true. I was going to say we got a real Chester Taylor, Adrian Peterson relationship here.
Well,
Patzer gets him all the way down inside the 5, and then Emmett gets the touchdowns.
I don't know. We got a Debo Samuel on the team too. Weston
That's
Hoyt.
true.
Weston Hoyt's doing it all. He's running and receiving.
Zeidler out of the pistol, takes the snap, handoff, Patzer up the middle, down to the 2.
Good game by Patzer there. That'll get a first down. That'll move the chains.
That'll move the chains, and we get a first down on the 2-yard line. Four fresh downs. There we go. Hauer in the game. He's going to line up just to the right of Zeidler there.
Unless the backups go in, I really don't see where we're going to be passing the ball much tonight after this.
No. Zeidler, handoff, Patzer to the right side, bouncing off the first tackle, and now finally taken down.
Looks like
gain of 1.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be down at the 1.
He stood up there at the 1. Good job of him to keep those legs turning and fight through contact, but nevertheless taken down just short.
That's Cheetah there, making a great play. Playing both ways as well.
A lot of this roster is playing both ways tonight.
Well, when you're slim on,
you're slim to begin with, and then you get plagued with injuries.
And you got injuries. You're going to be playing both ways. And it looks like
Patzer helmet turn.
No, he didn't get in. It's close.
I would fight for a face mask on that one. He gets just ripped backwards
there.
there.
Yeah, there's definite face mask, but
got close to the goal line, able to keep him out. The ball's about 6 inches away from the touchdown scoring line there.
All right.
We'll see what Zeidler and this offense have for 3rd and 1. High snap. Zeidler gets on it. It'll be 4th down, and we'll see.
We'll probably see Valentini come on now.
Biskow tries to get out to a 21-point advantage here right at the end of the quarter.
But again, we might see quite a few fumbles. We've seen one from Roseville. We've seen one from us. It's wet field. You got a wet ball.
The ball is hard to control in the cold and rain.
A wet, cold ball is one of the hardest things to control.
Here we go. So that's the end of the first quarter. Your Rangers are up 14-0. Raiders doing a pretty good job of holding on. They had a solid
first quarter.
First couple drives.
Solid first couple of drives. We don't know for sure what happened on that punt, which way that one should have gone.
Yeah.
So we gotta bounce our way on that one. Doesn't look like that is the field goal team. Looks like
no. We're keeping the offense out there, baby.
Keeping the offense out there.
Let's get it.
4th and about 6, maybe. Be on the 6-yard line. I believe that's where we were.
All right, here we go.
As we start the first quarter.
4th and 6 here. I see more of a rollout option with option to pass here.
Watch for, is it 82, Austin Snell? He's had a couple big plays this year, and they're going to throw it to him. Good defense by Roseville. That ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if
Called that one.
I don't know if I like the play action there. You're better off just putting everybody into a pattern, I think.
Even more than that, I don't like the throw. He had Emick toward
had
the goal
Emick
line.
Hauer,
Throw
yeah.
that one a little closer to the goal line, and that's a touchdown. He went to the back corner. And
it is one thing, though. He does have a bigger offensive line, and Emick is a little bit smaller, so it might have been one of those things where he didn't see him as much, because that was right in line. That was right in line with your right tackle. And
smell that?
no, I don't. What do you got?
I smell a safety.
Oh.
It'll be our third one of the season.
It would be. We did have 2 in one game.
Yeah. Here we
However,
go.
one of them was a self-inflicted save. Ooh,
High snap. Ball into the end zone.
touchdown.
Rangers. Touchdown Rangers.
We didn't get a safety,
Didn't get the safety.
but we
got something a little
touchdown.
better. Interesting, though, it looks like quarterback Isaac Ivey has been pulled, and in his place goes Parker Gangle. So the sophomore,
Looks
his
like
first
Eric
play of
Neese,
varsity.
maybe? Eric Neese maybe on the touchdown recovery?
His first play of varsity, it's going to be a high snap touchdown. Valentini on to go 3 of 3 here. 11 minutes and 51 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Roseville just trying to get snaps down. They can do that. I think that'd be a big win tonight. Kick is up.
And it's good.
Nails it. We got a kicker.
We do have a kicker.
This is a team that I honestly believe you could hook me up to a lie detector. We got a very good chance at a deep run into the playoffs this year.
Absolutely.
And I have not had this much confidence about that in a long time.
And I don't know about this. This is something we might have to talk to Paul about. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. You said that 45 released the playoffs to hockey.
Yeah, I feel like we would have heard about that for football already. But I mean, we can keep our fingers crossed, I guess.
Maybe those of you at home can send 45
Berate
an
Channel
email.
45.
Not berate them. Just say, hey, you know what? We're having a great season.
Annoy them to no end.
We want to see our Forest Lake Rangers play because they may not televise us until we get deep if we do. So if you want to see Forest Lakes Area TV, maybe shoot 45 a nice email and say, hey.
At the very least, if we can't do the broadcast, you can hang out with us in the grandstand. Because you best better believe I'm making it to those games this year.
Absolutely. Ooh, Thanksgiving
football, that'd be.
Thanksgiving football, that'd be great.
Goodwin kicks off. Another liner. Bounces at the 2. Rolls in. 3 kickoffs, 3 touchbacks for the man.
Man, I would hate to be a returner for this guy. He just kicks bullets down there.
The man, the myth, the leg.
And these are weird. They're bouncing weird, too. So, you get behind that, that's going to hit you right in the chest. Or just dead square in the gut and still hit you in the shoulder pads.
Well, and then the other thing that's happening is I've done some deep returning before, back when I was playing.
Back in your day.
And the way that he's kicking it, that's not a straight end-over-end kick. It's like a knuckleball.
Right.
And that ball moves real weird. And not to mention, we do got a decent amount of wind tonight. So that ball is very hard to catch. Deep pass.
Oh, man, he got behind the defenders. Would have been a great catch if he could have caught it. Had some touch on the throw. It was just a bit long.
Ivy goes from quarterback to receiver and nearly makes his presence on the field known on the first play that he's out there in the huddle.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great shot. They need something to get the fans into it. I like the play there.
I mean, if if it hits.
I don't think Forest Lake was ready for it because there was nobody behind him. Absolutely nobody.
So we'll see it. We'll see if Forest Lake gives that a better look. Ivy now on the carry, and he is stuck. Who was that? I believe that was DeMonso.
Yeah.
Nolan DeMonso. No.
Yeah, number 12.
No, it was 6. Hoyt. Hoyt came up from his safety spot and stuck him at first, and then DeMonso came in and finished it off. Yeah.
Clean up.
Ivy was running as hard as he could, and he ended up hitting a brick wall with Hoyt there.
Weston Hoyt is a very, very capable safety.
Very physical.
And, you know, he runs with authority on offense, and
counter.
That'll be bottled up.
Ranger wrecking crew doing their job. Still not going to be close to a first down. It's going to be 4th and about 4 to go. We'll see what Roseville does here.
Number 21, Jackson Hunter on the stop there.
Looks like the Raiders are going to punt. But with situations like this and a team down, you never know what they're going to try.
And once again, we're going to have to watch on these short punts because that was the problem last time. The blockers were in the way of the receiver.
Big rush, blocked. Rangers fall down at the 1 yard line. If he would have stayed on his feet, he got a touchdown. But that's not their first of the season. They've had a few blocked punts this year.
33, Eric Neese on the block. Was that DeMonso on the return? Maybe?
Yeah, DeMonso was the one that recovered it. So that's Roseville's 3rd block of the season. Looks like we got a penalty, maybe. Not sure. All right, here we go.
Stumbling, bumbling, and thought he was going to take it into the end zone, but they mark it down.
1st and goal from the 1 yard line. Zeidler with Patzer next to him to his right there. Deeb split out wide to your left.
Zeidler's probably going to take this. Nope.
That would have been Patzer. False start that'll back him up, which in this case is one of those things that I feel like is somewhat okay. Spread that defense out again. Opens everything up a little bit.
Had that whistle not blown, Patzer was in for a touchdown.
Yeah, true.
But
unfortunate, but
oh well. So 1st and goal from the 6.
Just pad the stats a little bit. A few more rushing yards. Zeidler out of the pistol. Takes a snap. Rolling on the option.
Oh.
Ball out.
Falls
forward,
the
and the Raiders are going to pick it back up at the 11-yard line. So now we'll see what the Raiders can do.
So
it's a cold hand.
Yep, that's just losing the grip on the football there. That's another one to chalk up to the cold field conditions. Cold and wet field conditions. We've seen a lot of it tonight.
So Ivy, seemingly one of the playmakers for this offense on Roseville's team, who was in at quarterback, went to receiver and had a few big shots happen and got 2 carries on the last drive, just comes out of the game, definitely favoring his right ankle. So we will see when they decide to utilize him again, but Roseville perhaps without another one of their weapons for the foreseeable future.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Chida get into it.
Roseville tries to run a draw. That's read and sniffed out beautifully by the Ranger defense. Taken down. That was Rendell that got his hands on him there behind the line of scrimmage and slowed him up, letting the rest of the wrecking crew come in and finish him off. If he could, Rendell almost took the hand off.
Yeah, the wrecking crew has definitely been getting in quite regularly. And kind of a mismatch. Sam Mills has definitely got a size advantage on his man there, too. And
Roseville with a run going left, taken down close to the line of scrimmage.
And Mills in on the tackle there. He was almost in the backfield, too.
That's another Raider down, and the injury bug continues to plague. Wonder if it's potentially a cramp. These cold games are games that you wouldn't necessarily think guys are going to cramp up at, but there's some of the games that you have the most cramps.
I think he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Sam Mills came down on him. Sam Mills is a big boy.
I think that ball came down right in his gut. But back to what I was saying there with the cramps. Guys think when it's colder, they don't have to get as much fluids throughout the day, getting ready for the game, and by the time they realize that that was a mistake, it's too late.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 3rd and long.
3rd and about 14, it looks like.
See what the Raiders decide to run here on 3rd and long. Ivy back in at quarterback. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, go right. Bottled up nicely and will go out of bounds.
Nice.
Back at the original line of scrimmage.
He had a nice cut here, not to take a huge loss, though.
And that was a nice.
Weston Hoyt was bearing down on him, and he avoided a big hit there from Weston. We know Weston will definitely get after it and make you pay if you're going to try and come around that edge.
So here we go. Do the Rangers send pressure here on this one? They blocked the last one.
I think they're sending pressure the whole time.
Well, that first one they barely sent anything, but I think after seeing the way that their coverage unit held last time,
if it's a short punt, that you don't want your guys back there blocking because they can touch it, which they almost lost it because it ran into a blocker before.
Raiders do a fake punt. Aho there to make the tackle.
Nice tackle. Nice tackle.
I think they're going to get the first down, though. It's going to be very close.
It is going to be close.
Depends on where they mark it.
It's going to be spot dependent.
First down.
Give it to him. That was a great play, Roy Roseville. They knew we were coming.
Great job by Aho coming up and making that stop and not letting it get any bigger than it did.
Yeah, and, he was out there on an island, and he was being blocked at the same time he made a tackle. It was a great tackle by Aho just to hang on, and he somehow got the lift of the legs to get him off. Aho definitely was giving up some size advantage when he's got a guy pushing him, and great job there by Aho.
All right, 1st and 10. We'll see what the Ranger wrecking crew decides to do on defense here. Ivy still in at quarterback for the Raiders. We'll have a timeout, Roseville. So far, good start. Did Valentini miss the last field goal?
No.
That's what I thought. But right now our score is reading 20 to 0. I don't know. I think he must have missed it. I don't know. Well, maybe we do something like this. Maybe we just do something like this.
No.
I was going to say we could put our scoreboard over the top of theirs, correct it a little bit, but their scoreboard is much better when it comes to time and everything else.
They got their time.
Okay, so he must have missed it.
Yeah.
Because, all right.
I would imagine that.
2 for 3, not bad. I thought it went in. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention.
Apparently we both weren't.
I could have sworn I saw the refs. We'll watch it back later. Ivy in a quarterback. He's going to roll right, looking to throw deep. tucks and runs. He's going to run for a gain of 9, maybe a gain of 10, a first down.
It's a great run by Ivy here. He's just very patient, waiting for his blockers.
So it'll be interesting to see if this is what Roseville's strategy morphs into. Ivy is obviously a playmaker for him. I feel like that play was almost run just to get as many of the defensive backs out of the area as possible so Ivy could pull it down and try and gain some.
I mean, our DBs do really well coming up on the run in the run-stopping game, so.
Ivy takes a snap. He's going to run again. Gain of 1 out of bounds. And that right there was a design bubble pass that he saw pressure on and ran away from.
But that right there is also a clear indication of the field conditions because Eric Neese had him dead to rights, and he just slid right by him, and there was nothing he could do. It's just no traction, no nothing. Great pressure by Eric Neese on the backside there to break up that play, though.
All right, here we go. Ivy brings his team out on 2nd down and 9. And if I had to put my money on something, it's going to be a deep pass, and Ivy's going to run it.
Sam Mills getting great pressure and a sack. Sam Mills really is, you know, in the beginning of the season, in this 3-4 defense that they're running, he kind of had to switch his game up a little bit and was not in the power rush mode. He was more in the run stopper, you know. But tonight, he's been in the backfield almost every play. And, you know, he was 6 yards deep when the quarterback made his 3-step drop. So, you know.
Ivy takes the snap, rolls right.
Sam Mills again.
Pressure coming. Mills pulls him down. I think the Rangers wanted a fumble on that. Let's see, did the ball come out before? Yeah, it should have been a fumble. Ball was out. They call him down, but that ball was out for sure. So now the Raiders will punt. So I think the Rangers quickly figured out that strategy with Ivy running the ball, and their answer was to just send the house.
Well, I mean, that's not really sending the house when Sam Mills is just in the backfield by himself.
That's true. All right, here we go.
Low snap.
Low snap. Ball barely
Tipped.
Gets away.
Tipped. Get away, get away. Fire, guys.
I don't know what the flag was for. I think that they're going to try and get
a crackback block here.
Oh, that was a fair block for sure.
No, what it was is when 51 Matthew Schwartz, he kind of fell over the top of him. I think he lost his footing, but
if they get him on that, it's one thing. He hit him in the chest, though.
I think the block was legal. I think it was when he fell on top of him. Oh, illegal touching, I think.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
Referees are still conferring.
Not sure what the call is. Harassing the chipmunk. I
don't know what this is.
Yeah.
The knuckles he was giving as the hand signal doesn't make any sense. Only thing I can think of is maybe like but that's not targeting. We'll see what ends up happening here. This has been a long meeting by the officiating staff.
I don't know if it was. I mean, if it was what I was
just
thinking.
Wave it off.
If it was what I was thinking, where like he just fell on top of him,
they might be conduct.
Well, they might like
a personal foul.
Well, it was a personal foul, and then maybe.
Okay, here we go. Personal foul.
Yeah.
That one makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
They were talking it over to see if. I think that was the call there, where Matthew Schwartz kind of fell on top of him. But from what it looked like from my angle, he hit him in the chest, and then he
Lost his footing.
He launched himself, lost his footing, and the guy fell down, and then he fell on top of him as he was trying to catch himself. But
yeah, whatever. Just under 6 minutes left to play in the half, and we'll see if the Rangers can put some more points on the board.
Still coming in with Zeidler and Patzer.
I think that we'll probably, I mean, if Roseville puts, I don't think we're going to see the end of Zeidler and the starters unless we put 2 more touchdowns on the board. Pitches out to Hoyt going left.
And he's going to get a
Gets some nice blocks across the 50.
Stays on his feet.
Is pulled out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds.
Nice run there by Patzer. Or Hoyt. Excuse me.
I do wish he would get that ball on the other side when he's running.
He didn't drop it this time.
Right. Tonight is a definite night where you need to be doing the switch to the left hand as you're coming around, so you can get your arm out.
Get 2 hands on the ball when you're running into contact.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Rangers. Zeidler takes the snap, handoff Patzer up the middle. He's got some room and is taken down from behind.
That'll move the chains.
Gain of 11.
Man.
Nice choice to hand that off by
Ethan Lincoln
Zeidler.
still down there 15 yards, still trying to make blocks. More excessive blocking from Ethan Lincoln. There's no bus here, though.
No.
Just taking him to the bus.
He's taking him to the bus. It was time for him to go home. 1st down and 10. Hoyt goes in motion. Zeidler rolls right to throw. Back cross. And Zeidler with a little bit too much on that one.
For Johnson.
Incomplete.
And that one looks like it was a cold ball throw, too. He had it out, and it was a little wobbly coming out of his hand.
2nd and 10 for the Rangers.
Johnson coming up the field late. I don't know what was going on over there. Looks like he might have been dinged up. No?
Zeidler out of the pistol again. Johnson goes in motion. Ball on the ground. Zeidler picks it up, cuts back towards the line of scrimmage. He'll maybe get back to the original line, but it looks like he's going to lose 1.
Good job on Zeidler recovering that and getting 2 hands on it. That's a tough one to bring back in the breadbasket right away. All right, we'll see what Coach Brad Bieskow has for 3rd and 11 here. I kind of got to think that if it's 4th down, we might go for it right here.
Yeah, no, this is definitely 4th down territory, especially when you're trying to put a game away like the Rangers are doing early in the first half.
Well, that and you're not going to gain much. If you get a good punt, it's going to be a touchback.
And we haven't had the greatest punts this year.
Might be a time to work on it, though.
Yeah, that's true. Zeidler takes the snap, drops, passes over the middle. That's going to be a PI.
There it is. He was pushed way early, pushed off his route and lost his footing. I believe that was intended for Deeb, wasn't it?
I think it was Johnson.
Was it Johnson?
Johnson I had, or no. Yeah, it was Johnson. I saw him throw his hand. He was laying on the ground with his hands up.
No, that was Reed Olson. Number 4, Reed Olson. Well, if you're going to hit him early, you might as well make it so he can't catch it. Because that one could have went away had he caught it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would have been a great play. Yeah, that is one of those things you got to play that penalty in high school when you're in that situation.
Right.
You're getting beat deep, just pull them down. It's only a 15-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. Zeidler takes a snap, looks to pass, pressure. It's a screen batted in the air.
Emmett Hauer.
No, that's...
Is it? Oh, no.
Wyatt Saltness
Okay, we're getting
getting the reception.
our second crew in. Good job by Wyatt there. It was a tip ball, and great job by him just to bring it in. Gets a decent gain out of it. Kind of a busted play, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Zeidler here on 2nd and 3. Takes a snap. He's going to keep himself, just trying to get the first down. I think he might have spun off of that one.
Looks like he got it. It's going to be close.
Depends on the spot. It'll be inside 6 inches if they don't give it to him.
I think they should give it to him because he fell forward.
Doesn't look like they are. They're going to say 3rd down. Now they give it to him. They do give him the first down. Oh. I gotta take the hat off. My ears hurt tonight for some reason. Hat is just cutting into him.
Well, when you wear new snapbacks every day, you know.
Yeah, it's not real broke in. 1st and 10 for the Rangers. Zeidler sends Johnson in motion. Take the snap, handoff, Patzer up the middle. Great run. He's finally taken down after a gain of 9. Plunges forward for a great pickup inside the 10.
Wes Morris making another great block there to make a big hole.
Second down and 3. 2 minutes left here in the half. Zeidler takes the snap. He's going to pull it and run. He's got his tight end open. Off his fingertips. Austin Snell not able to come up with that one.
Rangers might have got lucky there. We had a man downfield. One of the offensive linemen started to see Zeidler come out, and I think he thought Zeidler was gonna turn it up, and might have been downfield on that one.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 3. We'll see what Zeidler and the Rangers offense decides to do here. Zeidler, handoff Patzer.
Nothing doing
fighting close to a first down, but it's going to be 4th by about a foot. And I'm betting you the Rangers
looked like it was about no gain, so we're still got about 4th and 3.
We should go Wildcat right now.
We haven't seen that tonight yet.
I could use a Wildcat. It doesn't look like they're going to, though. It would be Johnson and Deeb for receivers with Patzer to the right of Zeidler here.
This looks like a stacked option here.
Emick also in there to the right of Zeidler. Zeidler keeps up the middle, fighting, bouncing off of tackles. He's inside the 5, getting a push in, and touchdown Rangers.
Touchdown.
Stepped on my own touchdown call with a cough. Oh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Emick Hauer coming up, leading the way. And then the offensive line just had a huge push there. I mean, the whole line was 5 yards back on that one. And then they were in there to get on his back and push him in a little bit because needed a little horsepower to get in.
Zeidler did an amazing job of staying on his feet. We'll see if Valentini can put this one up and through. Good. That one's good. 26-0 with a minute left in the first half. 27. We get a late flag thrown.
Have discussion here.
Yeah. Referees can't seem to make up their mind on some of these calls. It is getting real tough to see out of the glass in this booth with the glare. All right, so did they wave it off?
Looks like it.
Because the head ref started to make the call, and then one of the other referees called him over.
Yeah.
They discussed, picked the flag up, and now they've all gone their own separate ways. I think they may have gone over and given that player a warning because it looked like it was going to be on Roseville based on
taunting call, maybe?
Yeah. Which is odd. I don't know why you'd be taunting when you're down 26-0. 27-0.
Well, I mean,
but that's the frustration
The
aspect.
taunting is more of yakking after the play, which, you know.
Oh, okay, so they did get a penalty. It was on the Rangers, and that'll back the kickoff up considerably.
All right, we'll see if Goodwin can still put it in the end zone here. We'll see. This is one of those ones where we're going to see how hard these balls are to field because you probably not going to kick it into the end zone here. It's going to be on about the 10, probably. Well, this is not as much of a line drive, so.
It'll be returned. Roseville out to the midfield. Good return by Roseville, and he's taken down by the kicker. Goodwin brings him down just inside the 25.
Yeah, that one had some blocking issues. Everybody went to the outside. The middle was definitely not covered.
Well, it's also one of those things that happens when you get a kick like that. The kicker's still going to boom it instead of pop it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a bit more spread out. You get a longer time to read those blocks and make your cuts, get upfield. Plays like that happen. So we'll see what Ivy can do here. Just under a minute to go before halftime.
Well, we'll see if the Ranger Wrecking Crew and Sam Mills can get in there and dig him a big hole so they at least can go into halftime with the shutout still intact.
1st and 10. No, Gangle in at quarterback now. Takes a snap, looks to pass, feels some pressure, high throw, caught by Ivy. Very nice catch. Inside the 15, down to the 14. Chains will move, and the clock will run. Raiders not wanting to use timeouts for some reason.
Well, that's kind of a weird situation. I would definitely be taking a timeout there just to talk it over.
Ivy running out to the right side, taken down. Gain of 6, and now it looks like we get a timeout from Roseville.
Well, they're definitely leaning on Ivy on this offense now.
Why don't you take a timeout after that last
I don't know.
play?
I mean, it could have been a situation where they like the they like the personnel on the field against the defense, maybe. Quick run. Run a quick play just to.
It was 20 seconds they took off the clock there.
It was, but I think Roseville is kind of thinking that the only way that they may get in is if they catch him off guard.
That's true.
Their Ranger defense has been really stout, and you give the Rangers time to scheme against them what they're going to do. Give them a little time to get a defensive stunt in, and
There we go. 2nd down and 5. Ivy is going to be the receiver all the way down here to your left side. Keep an eye on him. Takes a snap, throw into the end zone. Ivy knocked away. DeMonso coming over. to
Good
knock it out
job.
of his hands.
Good job by DeMonto to get up with the receiver. That ball is high and wobbling.
Ivy jumped just a little too
Oh, that
early.
was Aho. That was Aho getting in on that.
Yeah, Aho in on coverage. DeMonto nearly getting the pick.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet.
Aho knocked that out. Aho knocked that out at just the right time. That was close to a touchdown. Great job by Aho getting over there and knocking the ball out.
So it definitely looks like they go with Gagley when they want to be throwing the ball. Ivy is a lot more of that running option quarterback. 3rd down and 5. Gagley out of the shotgun takes the snap, and he's going to go in over the middle, and Roseville scores their first touchdown of the game. So,
All right.
first successful drive for Roseville. It's a nice return.
Get their
Setting
fans
that up.
involved. Get their fans involved.
Good morning. Good morning, Roseville.
Right.
Good to see you here.
And the kick is blocked.
Can't be taken in high school, so
So it'll be 27-6. Forest Lake will receive. And it looks like, well, I mean, Ivy was in there on that pass, so maybe they were thinking the exact same thing you were, like, oh, Ivy's in, he's going to run it, and running back was left on a over the
wide
middle.
open seam.
Wide open over the middle. Just found a spot in that zone where,
Well, they read the defense perfectly. They started to shadow DeMonto over to Ivy's side there and took advantage of that spot in the middle of the field. But, hey, what can the Rangers do with 22 seconds?
we'll see. We'll see. Weston Hoyt back deep. Got Johnson and Patzer short up man. Reed Olson on the other wing. We got some playmakers back there. Let's see if they kick it to him. That's the question.
Yeah. Onside kick by Roseville. Johnson gets in there. Picks that one up.
All right, so we're going to have probably 15 seconds, maybe.
I think we got a little bit more
22
time than that.
seconds.
22.
Thought that kick might have taken a little bit longer. So we'll see what the Rangers do here.
We'll see how aggressive B-Scout decides to be, if he's going to go into half with the lead, just come out, take a knee, or maybe hand it off a few times, or if he decides he's going to try and pass it.
We still got 3 timeouts on the board, but you're only going to have about 2 plays.
They are playing way off of Hoyt right now,
Yeah, they definitely are.
giving Hoyt a huge cushion.
Nothing deep. If a good crossing route to Hoyt would be perfect right here.
Zeidler goes hard count.
That cornerback's cheating in, too.
Johnson. Zeidler's going to look to pass. He's going to get out to the right side and be taken down.
It was a strange route up there by Hoyt. He just kind of went up and stopped.
And we got a Raider down on the field.
And injury timeout. I don't know. I don't know if they stopped the clock for that or.
So now they're pulling the Rangers back out onto the field.
Yep, Rangers thought it was over. Went back in and.
But I think after an injury timeout, the clock stops until the player is off the field, correct? And then it starts running
Right.
again? So they shouldn't have to do anything. Yeah. All right, so Rangers go into half, 27-6.
Rangers will be on defense to start. They will be kicking it off to Roseville. So it'll be 27-6. Good first half by the Rangers. Definitely field conditions have come into play here. Been a fumble on both sides. And a couple of punt blocks. We had a punt block. We had quite a few snap exchange fumbles from Roseville.
We've had a lot of things go our way, yeah. But I will say the one thing, I can't say it enough, the penalties.
Penalties,
are gut-wrenching.
That first quarter was full of penalties, but I can say that they did play fairly clean the second quarter.
Yeah.
So, maybe a little of those jitters, getting used to the field. Once you got the big lead, maybe you don't really push it quite as hard. Just maybe get a hold in every once in a while, and if the score is close, you might think that you got to do a little bit more than you normally need to do. So, are you trying to kill the stream here or what?
No, I was. Paul said we got the sponsor slideshow that we could run, but I was trying to remember exactly where that was at. Oh, Paul's right here.
Hey, Paul.
Sponsor slideshow, local video.
And once again, thanks to our gracious hosts, Roseville, for
allowing us to use
their video. Also allowing us a spot in the booth so we don't have to be upstairs out in the cold tonight. Big thanks to all of our sponsors and to Roseville, a gracious host. Might I say, the best hosts in the district.
I'd say so far, yeah.
Absolutely. 100% the best hosts in the district, and we have a big shout out to them. Just remember, we'll be back in a little bit, but before you go out there, remember to hit that like and subscribe button down there. Right now, I know you're not watching anything, so you have time to scroll around, look at that like and subscribe, hit that bell so you know when we're on next.
Yeah. All right,
we'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll let the sponsors roll. All right. Welcome back, Ranger fans. Here we are, ready to kick off the second half.
All right. We got a score of 27-6.
Roseville. I got a student section kiss cam cut out. That's a little.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll let kids be kids, I guess.
Yeah. That's. We'll leave it at that, I guess.
I don't know.
All right, here we go. Getting ready to kick off the second half. Rangers up big in this one so far. We'll see if that lead stays out there. We've seen so far this season those third quarters can be a little lackluster for Forest Lake. They usually turn it back around come third quarter, but all right, here we go. Goodwin's teeing it up to kick it off for the second half.
All right, we'll see if he kicks it deep again, just like he's been doing. He's had touchback 2 out of 3. Line driver, that's going to bounce into the
end zone again. Again, just sneaking inside the pylon. That was all right.
All right.
We'll see you later. So our bosses check out of the game. It's up to
Well, big
us.
thanks to Paul and Jill.
If it all falls apart, it's on us. It's not on them.
Right, now it's all going to go downhill.
I mean, 623 Sports letting us use their live stream.
Yeah, it was huge.
So if the live stream goes down, is it on us or is it on them?
Once again, I will say Roseville
Thank
has
you.
been the most gracious hosts, and we thank them heavily. Paul and Jill get the night off.
We don't have to travel on the camera.
I don't have to travel with the camera.
Ivy on the carry, swallowed up by the Ranger defense. He did a good job of getting out of a couple of tackles there, but
Yeah, he did, but
corralled quickly.
Matthew Schwartz came in and cleaned it up.
Yeah, nice play by the defense. Keeping it to a minimal gain. Defense again this season. Very bend, don't break.
Yeah, I mean, it's a situation where they've come up with big plays when they needed to, and a lot of the previous year's scores, they just never came up with those big plays.
Gangley, hands off inside, taken down immediately by the Ranger defensive group
It's
there.
going to be Howie Johnson on the stop. We haven't said his name quite a bit tonight. He a little quiet tonight. He's been a powerhouse there. Once again, Howie Johnson listed as a freshman. And
Well, his buddy Sam Mills on the other side has been having a game, so give and take.
It's kind of been that way. Like if Howie's got a great night, then Sam's a little quiet, and Sam, when he's a beast, then Howie's a little quiet. So kind of looks like they might be favoring one side, and that's one thing with this. There's Eric Neese. Eric Neese coming up with a great outside contain there.
Speaking of Sam Mills, making the tackle there, corralling Ivy.
Well, that play there was made by Eric Neese. He basically came in and the running back stopped, and that's when Sam Mills got a chance to catch him. So, great outside contain. Eric Neese is having a great game tonight on defense.
So we'll see. Is this a blocked punt for the Rangers again tonight, or are they going to try something fancy, or does Jake Johnson maybe get his first chance at a punt return? Here we go. Roseville awaiting the snap. Rangers don't send much pressure. Punt is away. Johnson will fair catch. Nearly ran into by his own teammate there, but he'll able to corral it, and the Rangers will start their first possession of this half at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that's very similar to the play that we might have gotten lucky on, where the blocker came in and was kind of in the way of of the returner. It's kind of one thing we got to clean up on special teams. We've seen it 2 times tonight now.
Rangers have been very solid on special teams up until tonight with that big miscue there. Johnson now goes in motion. Seidler still in at quarterback. Motion out to the right. Pitch out to Johnson. Gets past Ivy, and that's going to be a first down for the Rangers on their first play of the half.
That'll move the chains.
Great vision there by Seidler to get that pitch out there. There was nothing but open field for Johnson to take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere that play would have went, it was going for yards. They had Patzer up the middle for 15. If he would have had the ball, they had Johnson on the outside for 15. So
1st and 10, Deeb and Johnson at receivers. Seidler will hand off Patzer up the middle. Gain of 3, maybe 4 on the play. Bring up second down.
Patzer hasn't broken his big one for the night yet, though. He's had a couple of good runs, but he hasn't broke his big one. Usually he breaks a big one off.
He had a nice touchdown run against Stillwater last week.
Yeah.
On one of their first drives of the game. 2nd down and 4, I believe. Or 2nd down and 6. Seidler keeps himself going back right. I think we're going to get a holding call. It's going to come back. But Seidler with a good run downfield. Steps out of bounds around the 10,
and that one's going to come back. It's going to be 2nd and about 14. 2nd and 17, probably.
B-Scout not happy about that one. I don't know if his team was coming back downfield when he was out there giving the refs I think he was giving the refs a little piece of his mind on that call, but
I don't know. It kind of looked like a hold to me, but.
All right, here we go. So it'll be 2nd and long for the Rangers. And Seidler, I believe, is going to dig his team out of this field position very quickly. It'll be Johnson. No, it'll be, I think it's long.
Patzer in motion.
It's a quick pump fake out to.
That was out to Patzer.
But Seidler keeps.
It's kind of a weird
quarterback draw type play. Didn't really work much.
Kind of a weird play there on 2nd and 17.
Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Be 3rd and long now. I'd say this is probably a passing spot.
Yeah, I mean, we just need a play that we got to get 8 yards. 8 yards, so we got 4th and manageable.
And the Rangers will burn their first time out to the half early here in the 3rd quarter. So 3rd and 14, what do you think after we've seen the kind of plays that they've run all season, what do you think they draw up here on 3rd and 14?
Well, I think we're going to see that motion wide side of the field. Actually, it's kind of in the middle of play, so I don't know. I would probably guess that it's going to be Weston Hoyt out to the outside on an end around sweep.
Hoyt does look to be checking in at receiver, so I could definitely see that happening. But he is, if they line up the way that they're walking out right now, Hoyt is the outside guy. So I don't know. I feel
Emmett Howard's in the game too.
I think that they're going to run a pass here with Johnson and Hoyt out to that side.
We got that split wing. Oh, nope. We're running the heavy.
Maybe they run Hoyt to the first down and Johnson halfway, and Seidler picks which one is more open. Seidler takes his snap. He'll roll that way. Quick pass out to Hoyt, and that'll make it 4th and manageable.
Yep.
Good gain. Good ball by Seidler, putting that low and away from the corner. Nobody could get that but Hoyt.
Yeah, and you know when you load that right side of the field there, they've been playing well on the right side of the line. You put Emmett Howard back there too. Now you got, he's basically safety contained, and so you're not going to get that DB coming right off the edge.
So here we go, first drive of the half for the Rangers. They're going to go for it. Send Hoyt in motion. Zeidler. We get a whistle now.
That's a late stoppage whistle.
We're going to get a false start on Forest Lake.
Seemed a little late for a false start, but
B-Scout again.
I think
what it looks like from what I can see, B-Scout talking to the other referee, they were getting Hoyt for going upfield too quickly on that motion. But I don't know, because you can't start going towards the line of scrimmage in motion until the ball is snapped. And he did start to trail off pretty early. But they'll run the same play again. Zeidler rolls, throws. He's got Johnson.
That's a first down. That'll move the chains.
Rangers first down. Nice conversion there by Zeidler. Nice catch by Johnson, finding that open spot in the zone. Just sitting down and getting that first down.
Almost the exact same play. One of those ones where the coach might be a little frustrated. Run it again.
All right, Long and Johnson with Hoyt. All your receivers on the field. Now Hoyt gets an end around.
End around. If he can beat one man.
Brought down by the helmet. No call.
Looked like it might have been the back of the shoulder pads.
Let's see here. That's back of the helmet.
Yeah.
Whatever. First and goal for the Rangers. 6:35 left here in the third. Looks like we got Long, Johnson, Hoyt, and Patzer as your skill players in. Long split out way wide. Zeidler will drop to pass, and we get another false start.
And it looks like it might be the same thing on Johnson.
Yeah, they just motioned to B-Scout again that the receiver is starting to head upfield too early. Just odd that it's happening so much because we've run these same plays all season.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten called on it. Don't know if it's the officiating staff that's just really cracking down on it or if for some reason our guys are getting a little trigger happy.
They might have seen something that, maybe the past refs haven't, and we're just looking at it. But, when you get into those big games, it's good to have those penalties here now so we can learn those things now rather than...
Zeidler looks to pass, throws out. He's got Hoyt. Or no, that's Patzer breaking a tackle, knocked out of bounds at the 5. It's one of the first times we've seen Patzer head out of bounds off of a big nudge like that. Normally he is able to keep his footing, lower a shoulder maybe.
He was close to the sidelines. He went after his legs and his momentum carried him out. He still didn't really run outside. He had already stepped out by the time that...
I want to see a Patzer hurdle there in that situation.
I'm okay with just running out of the bounds.
Keep him
Let's keep him on the field.
Patzer handoff up the middle. Roseville very lucky to get that pull at the end of the play and get him back. He was giving his best effort down to the goal line.
One thing I can say is Roseville's goal line defense has been pretty stout, and they've given up quite a few yards up the middle in the regular field of play, but you get down into the 5 and they've been holding pretty well.
Deeb and Johnson in at receivers with Emick in the slot. Zeidler keeps himself.
And he's
touchdown, Rangers. Nice run by Keegan. Following his blocks and just lunging into the end zone.
Yeah, that right side of the line, if you push it out a little bit, you got number 73, Wes Morris. He's been pretty solid on the outside. So if you right in between the tackles. It's a little rough in the goal line situation, but you spread it out a little bit.
Valentini in.
Teeny up and good, it looks like.
Puts that one through. Your score now 34-6 up on Roseville. Just under 5 minutes left to play here in the third.
Yeah. So,
That first drive by Roseville looked okay to start, but I think that the Rangers really have made some big adjustments in Keene on Ivy.
yeah.
Because both plays he got the ball, he was stuffed for minimal, if not loss of yards.
Well, when you got, I mean, it was kind of hard to judge who was going to be the real playmaker on Roseville's side. So you can make those halftime adjustments. Personally, up 34-6, I think I would probably expect to see Titterud come in just to finish off the game. He's played well. He's played well when he's come in, and good to get him some reps just in case. The cold weather, you get a lot of those stingers. You get a hand off the helmet. You might have to come out for a couple of plays for Zeidler. He's definitely a running quarterback, so he definitely puts himself into spots where, you might just get one of those stingers and have to come off for a couple of plays.
High booming kick into the end zone. Good win.
End zone again.
Just booting that thing tonight.
He's been absolutely crushing these kickoffs.
Unbelievable. It's nice having, the
have
dual
a-
kicker
we
thing.
have
We
a
got
field
one
goal.
that kicks for accuracy and one that kicks for distance.
And the one that kicks for distance can tackle.
Yeah, that's true. Plays like a linebacker. We've had, 2 or 3 kicks
I
that
think.
almost got
Yeah.
broken, and he's come up with
huge hits. Like, not normal kicker hits.
No. Solid tackles. All right. Gangle, handoff.
Sweep out.
Rangers in good pursuit, shoving them out of bounds.
Reed Olson on the tackle there. He's been great on the outside edge. He's definitely
All season
coming
long.
up. Yeah.
So I think we'll see the defensive starters for this possession, and if this gets punted away, I would bet we start to see the.
I would think Titterud would come in. I would also think we'd probably sit Patzer and Hoyt.
Absolutely, yeah. I think
Maybe-
Deeb will probably see, Deeb and Long will see a fair amount of reps.
Yeah, and this is also a perfect game to get some of those guys that maybe have come in, mid-season, get them some reps too.
Run up the middle, stopped there quickly by the Ranger wrecking crew.
It's good to assess your talent in an actual game rather than later on if they have to come in.
Yeah. The worst thing for a coach would be sections game. One of your guys goes down and you got to take somebody you've never seen play before and put
Right.
them out on the field. So Roseville facing a 3rd and 6 now, and would you say at this point in the game you're going for it no matter what?
If I was Roseville, yeah. And especially since your punting game has not been that great, that is a poor, uncatchable pass. Looks like he lost the handle on that one.
I'm somewhat surprised we didn't see any sort of flag on that one. He seemed to be straight back in the pocket and wing that one out of bounds.
He had a receiver that was 5 yards deep. He just missed the ball. He just missed it. You could tell who his intended receiver was. It was just really short. But that looked like that ball slipped out of his hands too.
So
Just kinda
Rose
straight up and missing a guy. See if they get set here.
Roseville will punt. As far as we know, they've faked one, converted. We get a false start on Roseville.
I think he might have been lined up offsides. Either that or he did a flinch on the outside.
I think he
number
flinched
4.
when everybody's set.
Sometimes you see the player point to the official to make sure you're on side, and in that case it didn't happen, and it pushes it 5 yards.
So any chance that they were going to try anything tricky, I think, has now gone out the window with that one.
Yeah. I mean, their previous punt fake was for about 12, so it's not out of the question, but in this spot, I don't think I would do it. And
Short punt.
fire, get away, get away.
Rangers need to get away. Takes a forced lake bounce. Roseville will down it at the 39.
Jackson Hunter he's keyed in on his block a lot, and he got a little close to that ball too. He's coming in from the side here. He's just got to stop and get away, because that ball can bounce any direction once it's bouncing.
All right, so Zeidler and the offense come back out on the field. So B-Scow. I mean, I said it last drive, but I feel like after this one, this would be the finishing drive. It's going to be a handoff to Johnson.
Jake Johnson getting about 5.
Brings it up to the 35, 34-yard line. It'll be first down or second down and 10, second down and 5. Wow, that was a
little bit of a circle to get there.
Yeah, we made it though. We made it. Just took a while. Zeidler out of the pistol. Second down and 5. Handoff to Hoyt going around the right side. Finally, we don't get a holding call. Hoyt making moves down the sideline. Refuses to go down. Finally taken down just outside the 10-yard line. So the Rangers move into the red zone.
They do.
And they got a great...
They got a break there.
They got a break. But we've had some holding calls that have gone the other way. I'll call that a make-up no call.
They did get a break. I believe that was a hold on the outside edge there. But we'll take it.
All right, first and goal, Zeidler. Takes the snap, runs left. Out to Patzer. Touchdown, Rangers.
Man, that was a late pitch. That was a late pitch by Zeidler.
It was a perfect. It was on the money though. That's what matters.
It was on the money, but that was a late pitch.
And he took a shot.
And there was a guy crossing there. I was like, whew, that could have went the other way if the other guy was watching.
So Valentini now in to extend the lead to 41-6. If he can convert here. Valentini. Kick is up and good. I will say, thinking about it, playoff seeding, standings. I haven't looked at a scoreboard. But if Stillwater is down right now, it is in Forest Lake's best interest to keep scoring points as fast as possible. Because if it's a tie record, it comes down to points. Points scored through the season.
Head-to-head?
Oh, I guess, yeah, they would probably win the tiebreaker because we did play them, yeah. I was going to say, we were on top of the standings for most of the year until we played Stillwater.
Right, but
because we had scored more points.
It goes to
over the season.
head-to-head, and then it goes to points. It goes to points if you haven't faced that opponent.
Yeah. My bad. Take what I just said, throw it out the window.
Done. All right, so let's take a look here.
Some live scores from
across the district. All right, so we're going to have Goodwin seeing if he can make it. What is this? 5 for 6? 5 for 6? Maybe 5 for 6 for 7? And that one is going to go into the end zone too.
see here.
I tell you what, Forest Lake's kicking game is probably some of the best you'll see in high school football. We haven't tested Valentini out from a longer distance, but we haven't needed to. Let's just say that's a good thing. We haven't needed to test him out. So,
all right. Real quick, while they're getting the play in, I got Woodbury over Hopkins 50-0. That one's a big one. Minnetonka currently over Centennial. Eastridge big over Eastview at 35-7. Prior Lake up on Rosemount 17-12. Maple Grove over STMA 30-0. And Moundsview currently up on Stillwater High School 7-0.
Wow.
Flag coming in at the end of this play. It is in our best interest to keep an eye on this one.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye on that one. In progress.
Where are we at here?
That's from the first quarter, though.
Oh, yeah, we got no updated scores there.
They can't be in the first quarter.
I'll get on it.
We'll see if we can get back out. And it looks like a tripping call on Forest Lake. So Roseville's gonna get a short first down here. We'll get a first down out of it. It'll be a 12-yard penalty.
Okay, never mind. Ponies are currently up 28-7 on Moundsview.
Okay, that sounds more close to.
Darn it. Hey, you know what? I said it at the end or beginning of the week, I guess, this week, when somebody asked me what I thought about the game last week. Other than Forest Lake, and I would say not playing up to our standard. Played some sloppy ball after going back.
There was a lot of penalties in last week's game.
But what I said is we'll see him in the tournament.
We will see him in the big show.
We'll get another crack at him, I hope.
And once again, if you're watching at home and you want to see a broadcast, not saying it's going to happen, but they have made an exception for hockey. So
email Channel 45.
Email Channel 45. Tell them you want to watch
Fill their
Rangers.
Inbox. Be annoying.
Well, nice emails, please. Not annoying.
Berate their email.
Let's just be nice about it. Nicely ask them, hey, you know what? We want to see our team. We want to see our Rangers play in the playoffs.
Ivy on the carry, and he's going to head out of bounds after picking up 6 or 7 on the play.
Not only do we want to see our Rangers play in the playoffs, we want our kids on this amazing squad to be able to look back at those games in 10 years.
Yeah.
When it's on the YouTubes, you can come back and look at it. Go over the games of yesteryear.
The streak snapping game against White Bear is still up.
Right.
Go back and watch that one every once in a while.
I would imagine that they're going to be up for a long, long time. Probably eternity.
3rd and 3 for Roseville. Sends a running back in motion. Roseville is confused, and we'll take a timeout. Gangle was trying to get his running back, number 25, Javon Minor, in position.
They've had quite a few late substitutions or possibly wrong personnel on the field in this quarter. It's happened about 3 times now where they just have had somebody come in late or a really late substitution that didn't look like they were supposed to be on the field.
Well, in that you kind of got to give over to the what I would say would be the injury bug.
Yeah.
You got a lot of guys that fill in at positions that they weren't necessarily playing at the beginning of the year, and they don't exactly – they might know all the plays in the playbook, but they don't know their position that they're now playing in the playbook.
Also, you know, you just get done on offense and you're dead tired. You go back and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I
you
need
gotta
a
go
drink.
play another series.
I need a drink. Oh, wait, I'm playing defense.
Yeah.
I'm playing offense.
Well, and then you get the guys that get tired enough that they just go off to get a drink of water, and they don't realize that nobody went in for them, and they're down a player. And
Right.
here we go, 3rd and 3 for Roseville. Nearly went in motion again. Now Ivy comes across, gets the
That's gonna
handoff.
be a
They're going to
pass.
try and pass it back to the other side.
Nothing
Rangers
doing.
closing in on him. Ivy gets a couple of blocks and is able to convert.
We got some extracurricular activities going on back there.
So Ivy with the improvisation.
Good job. Good job by Ivy there, but Gunnar Johnson back there just fighting with his guy. His blocker was back there and kind of pushing him in the back a little bit. And
Gunnar didn't like that.
Gunnar Johnson turned around. He didn't like that too much. Once again, great name for a defensive lineman.
Handoff
Gunnar
Ivy.
Johnson.
Hoyt coming up and making the stop.
But it does
Right.
look like there has been some substitutions because I don't believe Gunnar Johnson was playing up the middle. We still got Sam Mills out there, Howie Johnson. I believe I saw Howie Johnson out there.
Gangle brings his team to the line on 2nd down. Takes a snap, rolls out left to pass, back across his body. Hoyt. Oh, they're going to call him
What?
for pass interference on that. That was
No
textbook
way.
defense.
That was clean.
Holy.
Wow.
That's you know what? I'm going to say it. That was an awful call.
I'd like to see the replay on that one, but
I think he hit him perfectly. Here we go.
Not an easy throw, rolling left, throwing across his body. Nice throw.
He hit him as soon as that ball touched his hands. That's
a little.
We're sharing the booth here with the commentary team from Forest Lake, and sort of hear their voices, but they didn't like that.
that call was suspect.
Hey, once again, guys, thanks for letting us be
thank you
here.
for letting us.
You've been gracious hosts. You're by far the best host in the district.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Raiders. We'll see if Gangle can get his team in the end zone here. Under 30 seconds left to go, about 30 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, you know what? We can call that one a makeup call for the hold that,
true.
that was on Johnson that they should have had. So
Miner with a nice run the right side.
looks like Rendell in on the tackle.
Miner gets up a little slow, but makes it back to the huddle and waves off the backup running back that started to come in. So Raiders starting to get a little groove to them.
Yeah, they got. But we got the Rangers bend but don't break defense going right now.
Very true, very true.
You know, eating up the clock, getting. We'll see where we're at, and you know, there's been some great defensive plays made today. Sam Mills has been all over the field. You know, we had DeMonzo, Reed Olson's making some great stops, and Eric Neese in that first. I mean, what I'll say about Eric Neese, his play on the stat sheet won't show up nearly as much as what he's been doing, because he's been doing great on that edge, sealing off, and a lot of those tackles for a loss that came from the defensive linemen were because Eric Neese came in and stopped the bounce to the outside. So, but Eric Neese was the one that blocked the punt in the first half.
True. So he did get the block punt.
Yep. And Aho has made some great plays. Aho made that great swat in the end zone.
All right, here we go. Gangle, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1. Raiders got a drive going. Take the snap, roll left, looking to pass.
That's
incomplete.
a trap. Okay, didn't catch it. But would have been a trap.
3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Raiders. He had the right idea there. Ball just didn't have enough mustard on it to get to his receiver. That was...
Yeah, even if his receiver would have caught it, that would have been a trap. And
Colin Lutz, intended receiver on that play. It's a good throw. It was a good throw. You just needed a bit more power on it, and that would have been a completion, a 1st down with a decent gain.
Yeah, and you're just, if you're Roseville here, you're just looking to play and run plays against a pretty solid defense and get better.
Yeah.
You're down 41-6, but great job by the kids to keep playing and try and make some plays, see what works for your offense.
Be a handoff to Ivy, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
Yep. That will move the chains for Roseville.
That'll move the chains. Absolutely. I think Forest Lake has definitely clicked into keeping everything in front of them.
Yeah. I mean, just long, sustained drives. Like, you don't want any big plays right here. That's really the only way this game can get away from you. It was if you give up 3 big plays in a row, which in high school, very, very possible. So just a solid bend but don't break defense, just eating up clock.
Raiders pass. Ivy with a nice catch.
Tell you what, they got a player in Ivy.
Yeah.
He is definitely a player.
Ivy, a senior, so this is his last year, and for him, it'll be his last game here at Raider Stadium. It's senior night for Roseville.
Okay.
So putting on a show here.
Putting on a show.
Last appearance here, potentially. I guess, depending on what happens in sections, they might get one more home game, but with not winning a game so far this season, they'll be playing away in the first game. And
Yep. And, depending on our seating, we may see them.
That's very true. We may be right back, or they might come visit us here in a couple of weeks.
Great tackle.
Damaso coming up from that linebacker spot, making first contact along with Rendell.
Yep, Damaso and Rendell on that outside. That's been a solid spot for the Ranger defense. Is the DBs coming up and making plays on the edge.
How about Colby Christensen stringing his block out all the way out there and running into the play, bottling that up?
Yep.
Almost using his Raider that was trying to block him as a roadblock for the running back. 3rd down and long. Gangle looks like we're going to get a false start, but again, it looked like if he was trying to hand that ball off, it looked like he turned around the wrong way. But it looked like they were dropping a pass.
Yeah, that looked like a pass that was supposed to be
play action,
but the play action was not to the right side. So,
we haven't seen much of Daniel Cheetah back in. He looked like he was going to be a force to be reckoned with in the running game this game.
And he's been in on defense, and he's made quite a few plays down on the end zone there. Made quite a few stops on the end zone. And
big back to try and handle. Off his back foot, thrown.
Oh, that's an interception.
Aho breaking it up.
I thought Aho had that one.
I really want to see Aho get an interception this year. He deserves it for sure. Believe.
Oh, man, that was close.
Yeah, Aho does not have a pick this year, and he definitely deserves one.
Yeah, that one. The receiver did a good job there going in to knock it out of Aho's hands. But Aho was definitely in better position to make a play on that ball than the receiver was.
Here we go, 4th and long. Gangle drops to throw again, looking right.
Deep.
Jump ball, go up and get it. He's got it. That's a touchdown.
Wow.
That's a great catch by Ivy.
That was an impressive play there.
He was getting held, and That's one of those things, like when you already did it, just tackle him.
Yeah, just don't let him catch the ball.
On the defense, let's decline it. Let's call it a touchdown. There
Yeah,
you go.
that was a great catch by Ivy.
How did he even come down with that?
That is amazing.
It was a great ball, too, by Gangle to drop
Yeah,
that one in the bucket.
Reed Olson
Came right over Reed. Olsen got ear hold on that one by the ball.
And I don't know.
But right there,
Reed Olsen,
if Reed at the 5-yard line, that ball was in the air. If Reed gets his head around, that ball might get picked off.
yeah. But the thing was, Reed Olson had already made contact with him, so
Yeah.
it was already pass interference. And at that time, just tackle him. Don't let him get behind you.
Sends Minor in the slot to the left. Ivy to the
Ivy,
wide left.
great catch there. Gangle
Throws it up again.
throws it back corner,
That's it.
and they get the two-point.
2-point conversion.
Great job by Roseville getting in their toesy in bounds here. That was a toe drag swag, as Nate Burleson would say on the old NFL Network. You just need the one in high school, drug that toe.
Actually, I think what it was is his left foot, because I think his right foot didn't even drag.
It was just his left.
He just tapped his left toe. Just tapped his left toe at the end, because his right foot was kind of off the ground, and
That was a
it was a good drive.
good drive by Roseville.
Good drive by Roseville.
Took a lot of time off the clock,
did.
which is the goal of that kind of defense. But
It is, and you know, couple of
I mean, a heck of a game for Ivy.
It has been a heck of a game for Ivy. He's been an absolute beast.
He's played 3 positions. He's
Right.
played on defense, he's played quarterback, and he's played wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely he's definitely a great player that, you know, just wants to come out and have fun. You know,
Yeah.
put me anywhere, coach. Put me in.
Yeah. Well, that's a true athlete too. When you can just have them go play any position and they excel at it, it's a special kind of player. So this, I am guessing, will be a 10-yard kick by Roseville. Recovered by the Rangers. So the Rangers will set up shop at the 40-yard line.
That was a good recovery by Noah Dunlop. He saw that one was coming his way, and he was not running forward at all. The big problem with the wings like that, if you get the outside, if you're on the outside, is if you take a step forward when it looks like they're gonna squib kick it or onside kick it, you take a step forward and they drop it right behind you. So great job by Noah Dunlap there.
P-Scout keeping his boys in the game here. Zeidler brings the team back out. Halfway through the 4th.
Still calling the signals.
Zeidler sends Johnson in motion.
They just run the same offense.
Back to Patzer.
Patzer.
Trying to get out to the left side.
Ooh,
Nice
if he
stiff arm.
Oh, I thought he might have caught that edge. I thought that was going to be the big one for Patzer.
That was, yeah, if that stiff arm lands correctly here, he's off and running for a while. Brought down at the 49. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Zeidler takes a snap, end around.
Oh, breaks a tackle.
40, 45, 30 and out of bounds. And that is Wyatt Saltness
again. We saw him earlier.
And a late flag coming in as he was tackled out onto the track.
I'm not giving up, but hey, pretty good looking run that time. Wyatt Saltness.
It's a great run.
Out of bounds. Okay.
Yeah, very, very late contact there.
Especially on the track, man. That's going to get somebody injured.
Oh, he had his face mask. Okay.
So it's looking like referee threw his hat and the flag. I think they're going to get a face mask on Saltness.
Personal foul. It's going against the Raiders. That's it.
Okay, so they wave off the face mask. They tack on the yardage on the personal foul. Here we go. First down. Rangers in the red zone. Zeidler in the offense just in there for numbers at this point.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, they might be trying to get all-state numbers, maybe. I don't know what offensive production you would need to get all-state, but I'm pretty sure we definitely got at least 3 of them on this team on
Ball
offense.
on the ground. We'll see if the Rangers were able to recover it. I think Roseville came out with it. But flag on the field. We'll see what happens here. So, first down, Roseville.
Holding on the offense.
I want to see.
So, let's see what the Ranger defense can do with them back up deep. We got a few new substitutions. Tyler Walters in at corner. Looks like quite a few substitutions. I'm not seeing Sam Mills out there. Oh no, yep, Sam Mills still in. Bringing the house.
Ball out.
Ball is out, and looks like Raiders recovered. There's a flag on the play.
No, Rangers got it back.
Oh, Rangers got it back.
Colby Christensen was able to dive on it here. I think the Raiders got on it first, rolled over, and the ball came out again, and Christensen was able to jump on it.
Well, it looked like the running back that missed the snap or missed the handoff there tried to roll back onto it, and he couldn't stop his momentum. All right,
so Rangers get the ball back right where they are, and the same offense comes back out.
We gained a few yards on that.
Yeah. Weird way to gain a few, but we'll take it. Now we have a timeout, Roseville. Again, that player personnel confusion for Roseville.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common theme here. We got quite a few of those spots where they're not really sure where to be. And, you know, your defense has been on the field for a while. Give them a rest. 5:22 left in the game here. Your timeouts aren't going to be all that important.
Trying to see with our opponent next week and where they are at tonight.
All right, we're going to start. We got Jake Deeb out wide. It looks like Johnson on the left side. I can't quite see. We got Zeidler back in the pistol.
Zeidler takes handoff to Emick.
Emick Hauer.
Inside the 5, still pushing. Now finally taken down, gain of a couple.
Great job keeping his legs churning.
That's what they teach you. Keep those pistons churning.
Today is the 13th.
Zeidler gives to...
That's Saltness again. Touchdown, Rangers. Just stringing it out as far as he possibly can.
You know, it's great. Saltness hasn't been really that involved in a lot of the previous games, and he's had 3 or 4 big plays today.
Yeah. Definitely getting his reps in. So, looking on to next week, we have a final score from Lakeville North playing Farmington tonight. They won 14-13, but they only get 2 wins on the season.
Lakeville North?
Lakeville North.
They have 2 wins in the season?
Yep.
Wow. All right.
They are 2-5.
I remember looking over that squad last year.
2-5. So potentially some fall off with Lakeville North this year, like we saw with STMA.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the game against Lakeville North last year, and I was looking at their roster, and they had a stacked offensive line that were all underclassmen. So maybe their offensive line is big, but they just might not have the playmakers that they had last year.
Yeah, they beat Eastview on the first game of the season. Got destroyed by their rival Lakeville South 0-34. Lost to Rosemount, Prior Lake, Shakopee, Edina, and finished with a win against Farmington tonight. So
I will say
them.
that is a pretty tough schedule, though. Lakeville South, solid team. Edina, solid team.
That last team on the schedule is looking to be a pretty solid team this year, too.
It is. That is
the old Forest Lake Rangers.
The old Forest Lake Rangers.
It's going to be a hike. It's going to be a hike next week.
Oh, man, it's going to be a long ways. I might be a little late. Especially if I catch rush hour traffic. Whew.
Goodwin in to kick it off.
Tries the high kick this time.
Second one of the night that was returnable. This one ends up a lot better in the Rangers' case than the last one. Last one was nearly taken back for a touchdown.
Yeah, he definitely. I don't know. He might have been trying the pop up because it looked like he kicked it a little different than he normally approaches the ball.
Well, the Roseville coaching staff looked like they just called game. They have evacuated the booth. They're headed back down to the field.
Well, it is one of those things that, writing on the wall is the writing on the wall.
Yep. So, I mean, if the Rangers go out and play a good game next week, I think we ride into sections with a 7-1 record, and we get a very, very good seeding.
Yeah, our seeding should be pretty good. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Never look past the next game.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I'm saying. They have to play against a team like Lakeville South. They've played some pretty tough games, and they've played a lot of them close, except for Lakeville South. So, as far as that goes, the Rangers are going to have to play a complete game to come out of there.
The Edina score was 6-10. That's anybody's game there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Well, Farmington today was a win, 14-13.
Yeah.
So these are all tight games, but like we said, the Rangers are just going to have to play, again, one of their best games of the season.
Yep.
We saw what happens when you get a little sloppy against a really good team last week, and Stillwater took advantage.
Yeah, I mean, they came out of the gates firing, and then they just kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit, made a few mistakes, and then it was just the mindset. The mindset of looking at the Yankees pinstripes kind of probably set in a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Gangle takes a snap, handoff straight ahead. Rangers able to corral him behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of the play. Trying to get a number there. Couldn't get one for the Rangers.
Tough in a group. I think
So,
there was
I'll say this. Gangle, getting his first start tonight at quarterback as a sophomore, has had a pretty decent performance, at least throwing the ball. He hasn't had too many missed throws.
No.
Roseville might have something with this kid.
Yeah, they might have something. One thing he's got to work on, though, is a lot of his passes that, I mean, they had plenty of distance. They were just high.
They hung
for
a
up
long
there.
time.
So, if they start relying on that, there's going to be a lot of DBs licking their chops back there.
Yeah. He looks confident,
Yeah.
throwing the ball, rolling out.
And,
He's made some really nice throws.
another thing tonight. Oh,
Rangers bottle up the running back there.
Wow.
Saw that one coming from a mile away. The Rangers were
That
in
was
the
Sam
backfield
Mills,
as the
I think.
handoff happened.
I think that was Sam Mills that just sniffed that one out and almost took the handoff.
It's going to be 4th and very, very long for Roseville. We'll see what they choose to do. I mean, I feel like even if you are down, this isn't one to turn the ball over potentially inside the 5.
No, I mean, you don't want to make this in the 50s,
Yeah.
even though it might be there anyways, but.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for it. Sending the QB back in. Gangle brings in the play call and will take his time getting into the huddle.
This could be one of those quarterback drop back and pooch kicks because their punts have not been.
That's very true.
Their punts have not been long.
Try and pin them back as far as they can. Here we go.
Or not.
And they're going to run it.
Looks
Get
like
a
there's going to be
holding
a
call.
holding call back there.
That'll make it half the distance to the goal. Ball will probably be on the 4-yard line for the Rangers to start out on offense. And Titterud will get his. Should be good look for Titterud in the offense, getting the ball inside the 10-yard line.
I mean, a lot of people would say maybe you should take your foot off the gas even. But if Titterud does get in here. Oh, face mask. All right. So it's still not going to be a first down, but it'll be 4th and 10-ish.
All right. Didn't see that one coming. I don't know. Maybe on the replay it was a bit clearer than that.
The chains, though. Okay, 4th and 8.
Oh. Hat is really bugging me tonight. All right, so it'll be 4th and 8 now. 4th and somewhat manageable instead of 4th and 23 like it was. Under a minute. We'll see how aggressive the Rangers are if they do get a chance at offense again. Takes a snap, handoff, up the middle, drug down.
That'll be a turnover on downs. There was no first down on the face mask.
And that's going to be the end of the game, I do believe. Because the clock should not stop as we are up. Oh, it does. On a turnover.
Yeah, it stops on turnover. It'll just.
Okay. So, we'll see how aggressive B-Scout wants to be with his backup coming into the game now.
So, this is one of those things where you could say that, maybe you should just down it. But if you bring in your backup quarterback, you might want to see
what he's got. You got 2 timeouts left?
It looks like we got a whole set. That's not our normal offensive line either. So, it looks like everybody comes in.
Titterud takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself up the middle.
And we got a flag over there. I don't know. Little extracurriculars.
It's a good block from what I could see. The Rangers are just. I don't know. It's one of those things when you block somebody to the ground, pinning them to the ground, you kind of got to.
Yeah.
You got to get up.
You got to let them up.
I mean, you can let them up and then push them right back down again. But you can't just lay on top of them. I mean, you do see that a decent amount at the upper levels. It doesn't get called so much. But
right.
They've been calling that kind of stuff all night. That's probably the 3rd holding call the Rangers have gotten on those kind of blocks.
Yeah, just holding the block a little too long. Oh. Fumble.
Titterud picks it up. Clock will continue to run, and I believe that's the end of it.
I think that'll be the end of the game.
So, final play of the game. Not a great look for the backup, but was nice that we got to see them in the game. This one goes final at 47-14 in favor of your Forest Lake Rangers.
I will say, sitting on the sidelines for the entire game on a cold night,
Not the way you want to
not
go
the way you
out.
want, not the way you want to come into a game. We got a great win. Great win. We had Saltness, Emick Hauer.
Yeah.
Quite a few guys that we haven't really said their names a lot, but we got them into the game and had some big plays. Saltness came up with a couple of big first downs in the second quarter, I believe.
Yes, he did.
And then on defense, man, we had a whole bunch of great plays on defense.
Yeah.
Aho had that one he knocked out for the touchdown. And Eric Neese, punt block. That was technically special teams, but, our outside contain was very good. And, you got to give your hats off to Ivy. I mean, Ivy played very well. He played quarterback, played receiver, played corner. So, he played very well for Roseville. That's a real bright spot on the Roseville side, and I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Once again, thanks to our gracious hosts, Roseville, for allowing us to use their stream and also allowing us to share the booth with them.
Yeah.
So
we will see you next week at Lakeville South.
Lake
right?
North.
Is it Lakeville North? Yeah, Lakeville North.
Yeah, we don't want to be playing Lakeville South.
Yeah. we'll hold off on that game for a while.
Let's wait. I mean, we do want to be playing Lakeville South, just a lot later in the season.
Yes. So the Rangers tonight advance to 6-1 with a final score of 47-14.
Yep.
We will see you right back here next week.
Yep.
Lakeville North.
Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when we're on.
All right. Thank you for watching, everybody.